Just over 5 weeks after informing customers of a reduced U.S. spending limit on its Visa debit card, Scotiabank has now halted all overseas purchases and withdrawals on that card, while also announcing plans to lower the U.S. dollar spending cap on its credit cards. Effective December 1st, weeks before Christmas, Scotiabank customers with personal credit cards, with the exception of the Aero MasterCard Black, will face a reduced maximum limit of $2,000. And Scotiabank T&T has attributed their decision to foreign exchange considerations in Trinidad and Tobago. As we continue to navigate the foreign exchange considerations prevailing within our country, please be advised that, effective December 1st, 2024, the maximum U.S. dollar spending limit per calendar month on your Scotiabank credit card will be reduced as follows. Until further notice, Aero MasterCard Black $5,000. All other personal cards, $2,000, the bank stated. This change includes all transactions conducted outside of Trinidad and Tobago, along with all international online transactions, Scotiabank said in the notice to its customers. Additionally, your ScotiaCard Visa debit will no longer offer overseas point-of-sale purchases nor ATM withdrawals, it added. Speaking to the Express yesterday, Chairman of the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers, Vivek Charan, stated that Scotiabank's reduced credit card access to U.S. dollars could have a crippling effect on individuals who travel, especially those doing so for business. Even with $5,000, sometimes it's a struggle if you say, well, you're going to the Far East to do business, or you're going anywhere to do business, and some of that business has to come out of your corporate credit card in addition to purchasing your airfare tickets, in addition to your hotel stays and basically everything else you're putting on your card, Charan said. Referring to the current situation faced by businessmen, he said that the most U.S. they can access, when presenting banks with proof that they are traveling for business purposes, is $300 to $500. And that doesn't matter if you're going to be away for 2 weeks or whether you're going to be away for a month, he stressed. Trinidadian business people have traveled to places like Canton Fair in China and so on, so they have managed to make contacts and see machines that work and do different things. And that has kind of opened their eyes and allowed them to come back here and start their own businesses and diversify into different things, he said. That's a key thing because one cannot hope to stay in Trinidad and then hope to understand all the different new things that are happening out there in the business landscape. So, business travel, I think, is very important, he added. Charan said that the situation highlights the inability of commercial banks in Trinidad and Tobago to meet the U.S. dollar needs of their clients, particularly business clients. He also said that businessmen in the various business chambers around the country have also expressed that they were unable to access U.S. dollars from the various banks to pay for imported goods. They're being told that there is none available for the rest of the year, or rather that the most we could hope for is to wait and see. Wait and see if anything comes up, and if anything comes up, they may get a phone call depending on what's available, he said. He added that because of the lack of predictability in that system, businessmen are put in a difficult position when it comes to purchasing and shipping their goods. Arjun calls for regulation to limit banks. Joining the discussion yesterday, economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun urged the government to draft legislation that would cap the amount of U.S. dollars banks can invest in foreign markets. Arjun said between 2020 and 2022, banks held a combined surplus of $726 million U.S. dollars, which was not distributed publicly. This now raises an important policy and regulatory question. Should regulation be implemented to limit the extent to which banks can hold foreign currency assets in excess of foreign currency deposit liabilities? And I think this could be a temporary measure at least until or forex earnings from exports return to a higher level, he said. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Colm Imbert took to the social media platform X yesterday to address comments made by United National Congress Chairman Davendernath Tanku regarding the country's forex issues. Yesterday, the UNC chairman demanded that I breach banking confidentiality laws and name the TT recipients of foreign exchange. Today, that hypocrite is outraged because I clarified that one of his supporters never applied to Exim Bank for forex, which breaches no one's information, Imbert said. Imbert's remarks were prompted by Tanku's statement, which suggested that in a desperate attempt to make his case, Imbert may have hit his own wicket. Last week I made the point that TNT's distribution of foreign exchange is riddled with secrecy, bias, and corruption, and that the government must provide clear and immediate answers as to how scarce foreign exchange is being distributed by the central bank. Instead of heeding my words, Colm chose to throw a hissy fit on social media, accusing one national media house of peddling inaccurate and misleading stories about access to foreign exchange, Tanku stated. Tanku referred to a post by Mbert, which stated that businessman Rajanan Ramsaran, founder of Ramsaran Dairy Products, never applied to Exim Bank for access to foreign exchange. Ramsaran had previously written to the International Monetary Fund seeking assistance to address the country's forex challenges. Tanku said it was now more important than ever before that citizens demand that Mbert state exactly what information he requested of Exim Bank, how was the request made, and on what basis did the bank provide said information to the minister, who is an active politician. The Exim Bank must also provide an unambiguous explanation regarding the conditions under which Mbert was able to access information on the bank's clientele. I call on Minister Colm Mbert to illuminate the matter and give us answers, given that he is presented with no less of an auspicious occasion today, Diwali. To do so, he said.